On the open plain, the one who refuses to let go is usually the first to die. A small black and white animal is crossing the grass in the last hour of daylight. He is dragging something heavier than he is, and he is 400 meters from the hole in the ground he calls home. 400 meters of open country with nothing on it to hide behind. He is not hurrying, and he is not looking around. He has already decided that this meal belongs to him, and nothing walking on this plain is going to change that decision for him. 6 pairs of yellow eyes disagree. They have been watching him for 2 full minutes, and they are already moving apart in the grass. They do it slowly, the way you approach something that has not yet noticed you. The grass is moving in the wrong way, not with the wind, but across it, in 6 separate places at once. The lionesses have not made a single sound. They rise out of the shade where they slept through the worst of the heat, and they do not rush, because they have the whole evening and they know it. They watch the small dark shape drag its prize through the stems, stopping, gripping, hauling, stopping again. To them it looks like something easy, something slow, something that cannot possibly understand what it has just walked into the middle of. And the badger keeps going, head down, jaws locked, and never once looks up. He has no idea that he has become the evening's business. The hero of this story weighs about 10 kilograms. He is the size of a medium dog, low to the ground, built like a wedge of muscle set on 4 short legs. He has no speed worth the name. Almost everything out here can outrun him without trying. He cannot climb a tree quickly, and he has no way to fight anything at a distance. His coat is unmistakable, a broad, pale saddle laid over black, a warning painted across his back for anything able to read it.
He is a honey badger. And out here, that name means far less than it should to a pride of lions that has never had a reason to learn it. Tonight, they are going to learn it in 11 minutes. His home is a hole he dug himself under the roots of a dead tree at the far edge of the plain. It is narrow, deeper than a lion's leg is long, and it is the one place in this whole landscape where nothing can reach him. Between him and that hole lies open ground, dry and cropped short by the herds, without cover of any kind. The sun is dropping fast, and once it is gone, this plain belongs entirely to things with teeth. He could let go of the carcass right now and run for the tree, light and quick and empty-mouthed. He will not. And behind him, the grass has stopped moving altogether. That stillness is the most dangerous thing on this plain. What keeps this animal alive is not strength, and it is certainly not size. It is his skin.
It is thick and rubbery, hard for teeth to punch through, and it hangs so loosely on his frame that he can turn almost completely around inside it. Take hold of him anywhere, and you are holding a loose bag with a furious animal still free inside it. His jaws are absurd for his weight, built to crush bone and crack shell. Under his tail, he carries a gland that can strip the air of anything an animal would want to breathe. But none of that is his real weapon, and the lionesses are about to find out what is. It is not on his body at all. He does not know how to give up. That is the weapon, and it is also the thing most likely to kill him one day. A lioness weighs 15 times what he weighs. One swipe of a front paw, landed properly, would finish this before it started. He cannot beat 6 of them, and no animal his size ever has. That is not the game he is playing. He can only make himself expensive. He can bite and twist and scream and refuse, and go on refusing until the arithmetic stops working for the other side. It is a terrible strategy by any measure. It is the only one he owns. And tonight it is going to be tested by professionals. 6 of them. Now look at what is coming for him. 6 lionesses, sisters and cousins, hunting this same ground together since they were cubs. Each of them carries 150 kilograms of muscle. They kill buffalo. They pull down animals that could break a spine with a single kick, and they do it by working as one body, with 6 sets of teeth and no need to speak. They are not angry, and they are not cruel. Those words mean nothing out here. They are simply very good at their work, and their work is deciding which animal on this plain does not get home tonight. This evening they have chosen the smallest thing in sight. It looked like the simplest decision of the day. They do not charge. That is not how this is done.
They fan out through the grass in a slow arc, each one taking her position without a signal, without a sound, without a single glance passing between them. 2 swing wide to the left and cut the line between the badger and the dead tree. 2 settle low in the grass ahead of him. The last 2 simply wait where they are because something is always driven back the way it came. It is a net built out of animals, and it is closing at walking pace. The badger has been standing inside it for a full minute. He still has not looked up. He has about 30 seconds left before he does. Then the wind turns and brings him the smell at last. Cat. Close, and not one of them, but several. He stops mid-pull with the carcass still gripped in his teeth, and for one long second, nothing on the plain moves at all. And then he does the thing that no other animal his size does. He does not drop his prize, and he does not bolt for the burrow.
He shifts his grip, plants his short legs in the dust, and carries on walking in exactly the same direction at exactly the same pace, straight through the middle of a closing net of lions. 380 meters to the dead tree. He intends to walk every one of them. To the lionesses, this makes no sense whatsoever. Everything they hunt runs. Running is the signal that starts the chase, the thing their entire bodies are built to answer. And this creature is not giving it to them. It is coming towards them, backwards, hauling a carcass, making a low, grinding noise somewhere in its throat. The lead female flattens into the grass and watches for 3 more seconds, reading it, finding nothing in it she recognizes from a lifetime of hunting. Then she stands up to her full height, 30 meters in front of him, directly in his path, and waits to see what the small thing does about it. What he does next is the reason this story exists. He does not stop for another 2 meters. Only then does he set the carcass down, carefully between his front feet, and he does not step back from it by so much as a body length. He lifts his head towards an animal that could carry him off in her mouth the way a cat carries a kitten, and he looks straight into her face. His hackles come up. The pale saddle across his back seems to double in width, and out of a body the size of a house cat comes a sound like a chainsaw driven into wet wood, low and grating and entirely without fear. It is not a bluff. He has nothing to bluff with. Everything in that sound is a promise. The lioness hesitates. It lasts less than a second, but it happens, and everything that follows grows out of that 1 second. She has hunted this ground her whole life, and somewhere in her there is a memory of a noise like that, and of an older female who came back from something small with her nose laid open to the bone. She takes 1 step forward and stops. Behind her, the flanking pair pause in the grass, waiting for a lead that has not come. The smallest animal inside the circle has just made 6 of the most efficient predators in Africa stop and think about it. That was the whole plan. It buys him 1 second, and 1 second is nowhere near enough. But hesitation is not retreat, and 6 is still 6. The pause breaks. The 2 on the left slide forward and close the last of the gap to the dead tree, and now the burrow might as well be on the other side of the country.
The pair behind him drift in until he can hear them breathing through their noses. The circle tightens to 15 meters, then to 10. He turns on the spot to keep his front towards whichever one is moving, and every single time he turns, another one takes a step and gains ground behind him. This is the geometry that kills things. There is no direction left that is not a lioness. The clock that started at 400 meters has run out.
The lead female comes in fast and low, and the paw arrives before the sound of it does. It catches him across the shoulder and lifts him clean off the ground, and for a moment he is airborne and turning, a small dark shape against the last orange light. He lands badly and rolls twice through the dust. He is already coming back the other way before the roll has finished. He does not break sideways for the grass. He does not run at all. He goes straight back at the animal that has just hit him, flat to the ground, jaws wide, screaming. Nothing this pride has ever hunted has come back that fast. For the first time this evening, the pride is improvising. She takes him in her mouth. It is finished, and every creature on this plain understands that it is finished. And then it is not. Her teeth close on loose hide and find no body underneath it. He turns inside his own skin, the way a hand turns inside a loose glove, rotates a full half circle while she is still holding him, and reaches back along the line of her jaw. The bite lands on her lower lip. She whips her head to throw him clear, and he goes with the movement, still attached, and he comes free only at the moment he decides to. He hits the ground running, towards her. No animal is supposed to do that. She gives ground. 150 kilograms of lioness backs away from 10 kilograms of badger with blood running off her chin, and the other 5 watch it happen. Something in the circle has changed. He follows her because following is the only tactic he has ever needed in his life, snapping at her forelegs and driving her back another 2 body lengths. For a few seconds, the geometry falls apart completely. For a few seconds, there is a gap between 2 lionesses, wide enough to take, with the dead tree standing beyond it. And that is when he hears the noise behind him and learns what this has already cost him. The fight has been loud, and out here, noise is an announcement. 2 black-backed jackals have come in low through the grass, pulled in by the sound the way they are pulled in by everything. They have no interest in the badger, and they are not foolish enough to have any interest in lions. What they want is the thing lying unguarded in the dust, the carcass he has dragged 400 meters and refused to put down. The danger is on 2 sides of him now. In front, 6 predators who can kill him outright. Behind, 2 thieves who need nothing from him except that he stays busy. And he is very busy indeed. He cannot be in both places at once. He knows it, and he makes the wrong choice, which is also the only choice his nature will allow him. He turns for the carcass, and the instant his attention drops to the ground, the circle remembers exactly what it is for. 3 of them come at once from 3 directions, and this time there is no hesitation anywhere in the movement at all. The jackals scatter and immediately circle back. The sun is touching the horizon now, and the light is going thin and red, and everything on this plain that has been waiting all day for darkness is beginning to wake up. He has minutes left, not hours. They have him in the open and away from his prize, and the second lioness puts him flat with 1 paw laid across his back. It is a professional hold, the kind that ends things. He is face down in the dust underneath a limb that weighs more than his entire body, with nothing in reach to bite and nowhere left to twist. He stops moving. For 4 long seconds, the badger lies completely still under the foot, and to everything watching from the grass, it looks precisely like the end of him. The lioness lowers her head to finish the job, and underneath her paw, The loose skin starts to rotate. He has one card left, and he is already playing it. Then he empties the gland. It is not venom, and it is not a weapon in any sense a lion has been built to understand. It is a chemical so thick and so foul that it takes the air out of the space around him, and it goes off directly beneath a face that is designed entirely around smell. The lioness recoils as though she has been hit with something solid. Her head snaps up and back, her jaws come open, her eyes stream water. The paw lifts off his spine for perhaps a quarter of a second. A quarter of a second is not an opening most animals could ever use. He is not most animals. He is the one animal on this continent built for that quarter of a second. He is out from under her and moving before her head comes back down, low and quick along the ground, straight between the front legs of the lioness standing beside her. The pride breaks its own formation trying to turn on something that small in failing light. Two of them collide shoulder to shoulder. A third swipes and hits nothing but earth. The circle that was perfect 30 seconds ago is now 6 large animals getting in each other's way, all of them gagging on air they cannot clear out of their noses. And in the middle of all of it, one 10-kilogram animal is heading straight back towards his carcass. He has not once considered leaving it. The biggest of them cuts him off. She is the oldest, the one with the old scar across her muzzle, and she does not swipe at him, and she does not roar. She simply drops her whole chest weight onto him and takes his head and shoulders into her mouth. And this time she has him properly, with the grip that has ended 1,000 animals far larger than he is. His back legs kick at empty air. His body is inside the closed jaws of an adult lioness. There is no skin trick left in this, no gland left, no direction left. This is the moment the whole plane has been waiting for all evening. It lasts exactly as long as it takes him to find something soft, and he bites the inside of her mouth. He cannot reach anything vital, and he does not waste effort trying. He finds the soft flesh at the base of her lower jaw, closes jaws built to crack bone through it, and does not let go. The lioness makes a sound that lions are not supposed to make. She shakes her head so hard that dust comes off her in a cloud, and her whole body swings with it, and he stays on. And the harder she shakes, the deeper his grip works in. Then she does the only thing left that will stop the pain. She opens her mouth and drops him. He lands, turns, and faces her again. He is still not finished, and that is the part they cannot solve. That is the end of it. Not because he has won anything, but because the sum has finally come out wrong for them. 6 lionesses have spent 11 minutes on 10 kilograms of meat. 2 of them are bleeding from the face, and the thing is still standing in the dust with its back arched, making that grinding noise. There are buffalo on this plain. There are zebra and wildebeest and warthog. There is no meal anywhere in the world worth the injury this animal is charging for himself. The old female turns away first, and once one turns, the rest follow, and they go without looking back at him. The plain lets him keep his life. He has won, and he has nothing. The carcass is gone. The jackals lifted it during the fight and were out of sight with it before the fight had even ended. His shoulder is open where the first paw landed. One claw is torn out at the root, and he is bleeding into the dust from 3 places. He stands in the middle of the empty ground where all of it happened and turns in a slow circle, looking for a prize that no longer exists anywhere. 11 minutes, 6 lions, every risk he had to spend. And the plane has paid him exactly nothing. Out here, that is what most victories actually look like. He walks the last 300 meters to the dead tree in full darkness. He does not hurry now,
and he does not stop once to rest. At the roots, he pauses and listens to the plain for a long moment, and then he goes down into the hole he dug himself, into a space too narrow for a paw to ever follow him. Inside, he turns around twice and lies down against the cool earth with the torn shoulder underneath him. He has not eaten anything since morning. Tomorrow, he starts again from nothing, hungrier than he was today, on a bad leg. He is asleep almost at once, alive, which, out here, is the only prize that is ever guaranteed. But what happened out there will outlast the hunger by years. Lions learn, and lions teach, and the two that are bleeding tonight will carry the shape and the smell and the sound of him for the rest of their lives.
The next time either of them meets one of these animals, and they will look at it 1 second longer than they should and decide it is not worth the trouble. That is how a creature the size of a dog buys the right to walk across open ground in broad daylight. Not by being dangerous once, by being expensive every single time, without a single exception. That is the whole of his defense, and it works. The lionesses are not villains in this story. They walked away because they can count. And counting is what has kept this pride alive on this plain for 11 years. A wound to the face goes septic. A blinded eye ends a hunter. And a hunter that cannot hunt starves the cubs behind her. There is no glory in their world, and no shame in it either. Only calories taken in, measured against risk spent. And tonight, the sum came out wrong. Out in the dark, they are already moving on a herd of zebra. By midnight, this will be nothing to them. Tomorrow, they will hunt something that gives up. Almost everything does. Morning comes back to the plain the way it always does, flat and gold and indifferent. The badger is out at first light on a stiff shoulder, digging into the side of a termite mound, pulling scorpions out of the sand, doing what he did the day before, and what he will do the day after. 50 meters away, a young badger, barely a year old, works a patch of ground of its own and watches him without appearing to watch anything at all. It sees the scars on him. It does not yet know what they cost to earn. In a season, it will cross open country of its own, and it will not run either, because out here, running is how the small ones die. On the open plain, the one who refuses to let go is usually the first to die. Usually. This one has no speed, no size, no allies, and no armor that would stop a serious bite from anything out here. By every measure that is supposed to matter, he should have finished this evening inside a lioness's jaws and been forgotten by morning. What he has instead is a refusal so total that 6 of the best predators in Africa did the arithmetic in front of him and walked away from it. The strongest does not always win out here. Sometimes it is simply the one who makes winning cost more than it is worth. And that one walks home in the dark with nothing and walks out again at dawn.